Hi friends, this is Fazan Kagdi and I welcome you all to our lecture series of Industrial Internet of Things. So our subject name it is very clear, that is Industrial Internet of Things. Now in today's session we are going to see the contents which we are going to cover throughout this subject. So total there are 6 chapters which we are going to study in this semester for this subject. Okay, so first of all, let us start with understanding Industrial Internet of Things. That is, what is IIoT? Okay, let's move. Now, the first question is what is IoT and how it differs from Industry 4.0. So you have a basic overview of Industry 4.0. You have studied that in detail, right? The backgrounds of Industry 4.0, the history of Industry 4.0, that is Industry 1, Industry 2, Industry 3 and Industry 4. So let us understand that Internet of Things, as the name itself suggests, that we are going to make use of internet, that is network, cyber system, right? So what it is going to do? So it combines physical device via network or via internet in order to collect data for decision making process. Now the question comes that what is data? So data is would be anything that would be in a form of text or image or a sound, right? Which could be processed and which could be stored, okay, in a server as well as in your computer system. So that is called a data. So it is going to combine physical system to collect the data. So we can say that IoT is an information network of physical object. So physical object could be a sensor, machine, cars, buildings, healthcare systems, hospitals, right? So all that allows interaction and cooperation of these objects to reach the common goal. Now, what are the applications of IoT? So it includes smart transportation, healthcare system, smart homes, or we can say smart buildings, right, and industrial environment. So for the latter, the term industrial internet of things or just industrial internet is typically used. Now, in most of the cases, IIoT, that is industrial internet of things, is synonymously used to industry 4.0 or its German origin, that is industry 4. Now the question comes at what is industry 4? Okay, so you have a basic idea. It is what? So it is an ongoing automation of what? So of a traditional manufacturing or industrial process. Now how we can do that? So by making use of a modern smart technology like what? Like machine to machine communication and IoT combined, that is internet enabled. So if this IoT and machine to machine communication is integrated with the traditional manufacturing, so what is going to be the result? So it would be a improved automation, right? We would say improved communication, then improved self monitoring, which means we can achieve a self monitoring. So all this will be utilized and can be used for making machines to analyze, to visualize and to monitor its day to day operations. So this is going to be helpful. So in general way, we can even define industry 4.0 as an intelligent networking of machines and processes for the industry with the help of information and communication technology. Okay, so this is what industry 4.0 is. Okay, we are going to combine internet with our traditional manufacturing system and it is an ongoing automation, remember that. Okay, now what is the main difference between IIoT and industry 4.0? So we would say the difference between the terms or initiatives mainly concerns the stakeholders, geographical focus and representation. Further, IIoT semantically describes the technology movement while industry 4.0 is describing the expected economic impact. But considering both as a research and innovation initiatives, one will not find any technology that is claimed by any one of this, which means industry 4.0 and IIoT moves hand in hand. Okay, walks together hand in hand. Now let us see the example. I have taken certain examples. Now over here you can clearly see I have shown a 4 GIS that is for IoT, representing IoT, smart building, smart storage, healthcare system and smart transportation. Let us first see the smart buildings. So in the smart buildings, as the name itself suggests, light sensor will be provided that is going to sense the surrounding intensity of a light. Okay, atmospheric light, sunlight, As per that, the indoor lights will be changed. So obviously during daytime the sunlight intensity is higher, so indoor light intensity should be lower, so that signal will be given by a light sensor to the indoor unit, and as per that light indoor lights will be changed. Obviously in a night time what is going to happen, outdoor lights will be lesser. Okay, sunlight is not available, indoor will be required higher, right? So it is going to give a sensation that we need to increase the indoor light. So this is an example of a smart building. Similarly, if we take a case of a smart storage, so what help we can obtain? So by making use of an internet IoT of things, it will help the delivery person to keep the goods at a particular place where a space is available, right? So it is going to receive the instruction with the help of an internet. So this is what smart storage indicates, right? Now in case of a healthcare system, you can see that a person's situation is critical. Heart rate sensor is going to sense its heartbeat and give a signal to the directly to the doctor's mobile with the help of an internet, right? Now the doctor from here is going to activate the ambulance, and the ambulance is going to pick up that person. So this is what indicates a application of IoT in case of an healthcare system. Similarly, in case of a smart transportation, the traffic sensors are provided on road, so it is going to give the indication to the vehicles that from which route you can pass, you can take the vehicle where traffic is lesser, right? So again we are going to make use of a internet in this case, so it is an example of a smart transportation. Okay, now let's move further. This shows the entire physical system connected with the cyber world, that is with the help of the internet. Okay, so what are the various components? You can clearly see number one represents the robotic arm. Okay, number two represents the cloud computing service. Number three represents the big data technologies, right? Number four represents an embedded system for controlling and monitoring. Embedded system is nothing but a we would say a microprocessor, inbuilt microprocessor system or a processing device. Okay, a computer system. Okay, fifth is a wireless communication technique in which a one person is standing from any location and it can directly access this system. Sixth is a smart storage. Okay, and seventh one shows a flexible and intelligent logistic systems. That is where the we need to place the goods in a particular space available. Okay, now starting with this cloud computing. So what is cloud computing? So basically cloud computing represents the server, or we would say a cloud or an application system where various informations or a data of a company can be stored and can be accessed from anywhere, which means from any place in the world. Okay, by making use of what? Internet connection. Okay, so this is what a cloud computing service is representing. Okay, so all the data will be stored over that server. Now, in case of a big data technologies, we can say that high velocity, high volume, and high variety of information or a data requiring innovative form of information processing for enhanced understanding and decision making. Okay, so this is what represents a big data technologies. Now, embedded systems is a system in which actuator, or we can say actuator and a sensors are connected together. Okay, we can say a microprocessor chip is also installed. So these together forms an embedded system used for controlling and monitoring purpose. Sixth one is a smart storage, which we have seen the example of that, and seventh one is a flexible and intelligent logistic system. So wherever the space is available, by making use of an internet, it is going to give an indication to the person where to keep the goods or at a particular location. So this is all the combined component forms a cyber physical system in which a physical world is connected to the cyber world. Okay, now let us see the next, that is we need to see the GTU teaching scheme. So IIoT, Industrial Internet of Things, having a teaching scheme lectures of three lecture in a week. Okay, the credit of this subject is 3 credits. Now examination marks, so theory and semester exam marks would be of a 70 marks, and personal assistant, that is we would say a mid semester exam marks would be of a 30 marks. There are no practicals as it is a theoretical and understanding subject, so practical exams is not going to be taken. Okay, now the total marks of this subject would be 100 marks, 70 marks for GTU exam and 30 marks for our mid semester exam. Now let us proceed and see the syllabus which we are going to study in this subject. So the first chapter name is Understanding Industrial Internet of Things. The chapter name itself is IIoT. Now, the weightage of this chapter is 15%. So now what we are going to study in this chapter is first what is industrial internet of things and cyber manufacturing system. So IIoT, as I have already discussed what is IIoT, and now what is cyber manufacturing system. So basically cyber physical system is used for a production process. So whenever this CPS, cyber physical system used for production, so that is called a cyber manufacturing system. Okay, even it is called cyber physical production system. Now next, application map for industrial cyber physical system. So application map, we are going to see the entire chart in this chapter in which various components are interconnected. For example, what is smart factory, then what is smart data, smart service and smart products, and how all these are interconnected, that we are going to see in applications. And next topic is cyber physical electronics production, which means cyber physical system is integrated with the electronic device. Okay, so how it is integrated and what are the various electronic device, how they are going to work, that we are going to study in a topic cyber physical electronic production. Okay, so this comes under chapter 1. Now in case of a chapter 2, that is called modeling of cyber physical system and cyber manufacturing system, the weightage of this chapter is 20%. Now, in this chapter, the first topic is cyber physical systems engineering for manufacturing purpose. So, what we are going to see in this content is that it is going to give an overview on a current approaches to the system design. Actually, we know that more or less mechanical design system is globally accepted, but there is no such standard for a system design or for a system engineering, that we are going to study in this topic. Now, next topic in this chapter is model-based engineering of a supervisory controller for a cyber-physical system. So, this is going to highlight the steps of modeling. We are going to see in this content steps of modeling, supervisory control synthesis, simulation-based validation, and visualization. Along with that, real-time testing. Okay, so this we are going to cover in this topic. Next content is formal verification of a system based cyber components. So this is going to deal with the modeling of a cyber component. We are going to see modeling of a cyber component. And next topic is evaluation model for assessment of a cyber physical production system. We are going to answer certain questions such as how to model the various system characteristics and abilities which are unique to a cyber physical system. The next question that could be answered will be which indicators and matrices could be utilized to assess the system performance. Okay, so this we are going to cover in this topic. Now, next chapter is chapter 3, that is architectural design pattern for CMS and IIoT. Now, in this chapter, the first content is CPS based manufacturing and how it is connected to Industry 4.0. So in this topic, it is going to provide an approach using virtual representation. Basically, if we think about it, virtual representation, which means a digital representation, okay, of a physical entity. In a simple terms, that whatever the physical component is there, we are going to feed and prepare a model, that is a virtual representation of that real product into a computer. That is, we are going to feed that into a computer. So that is, we can say digital object memory to each physical entity. Next topic is integrating robot based CPS modules into an existing infrastructure. So this is going to integrate various technologies such as machine vision, RFID. RFID is a radio frequency identification. Okay, this is the most common system. Physical human robot interaction. So all this we are going to study integration in this topic. Next is interoperability in a smart automation of a cyber physical system. So this is going to examine the interoperability on all the levels of automation. Next topic is enhancing the resiliency in production facilities through cyber physical system. So this is going to give a basic concept of how a cyber physical system in a factories are connected and how their dedicated specialties. Okay, so that we are going to see in this chapter number 3. Now let's see a chapter 4, that is called artificial intelligence and data analytics for manufacturing. The weightage of this chapter is 20% and it is going to take a total 6 hours. So the first question comes very obvious, that what is artificial intelligence, right? So artificial intelligence is a branch of a computer science. Now what it does, so it prepares the computer programs, okay, that would complete the task which would require a human intelligence. Remember, preparing computer programs which could perform a human task, okay, or that would require a human intelligence. Now the algorithm which is used in AI, that is artificial intelligence, can tackle machine learning, deep learning, problem solving, perceptions, even language understanding as well as the logical reasoning. Okay, you would have observed in most of the cases, that is even in industries, these AI robots are used for assembly line as well as for a car manufacturing plants. Right. Similarly, in healthcare system also, smart robots are used for performing a critical or we would say several surgeries which require high precision. Right. Similarly, we can say in case of an exploration in a deep mining under sea, again a human cannot enter into a deep sea for exploration purpose, where there can be used a robots having artificial intelligence. Right. Similarly, we can say these artificial intelligence robots can be used for transportation purpose, for transporting a human from one place to another. So all this comes under category of an artificial intelligence, so that we are going to study in this topic. Next chapter is chapter number 5, representing an evaluation, or we would say evolution of a workforce and a human machine interaction. So basically, how the workers or the operators are connected with a cyber physical system, that we are going to discuss in this chapter. Whereas the human machine interface HMI is basically refers to a dashboard or a system which is used to monitor or observe the processes as well as to translate the complex data into a useful information to the systems. Okay. Now next is chapter number 6, that is application of industrial internet of things. The weightage of this chapter is 15%. Now what we are going to see: smart metering, electronic health body, area network, city automations, real life examples of IoT in manufacturing sector. So all these we are going to cover in this chapter number 6. So total there are 6 chapters. Okay. Now let us see the recommended book. So the topics, all these topics are covered from this book, and this is published by a Springer, that is a journal. So basically, these all chapters are the papers which are published by different authors, and it is combined in a one book. Okay, the cost of this book is very high, that is around 10,000 rupees. So you cannot purchase this book. I will going to provide you the soft copy of this book and refer that, and accordingly also refer my PPTs and video lectures. You will get a great help. Okay, now the author of this book is Sabina Jeski, Christian Bridger. Okay, so in today's session, we have just given introduction of what is IIoT and Industry 4 and what are the syllabus which we are going to cover. In next session, we are going to start with our main topics of our chapter 1. So till then, stay tuned and thank you all.